prevent a million other things in life. That's gonna prevent time that I'd rather spend with my family, leading to more and more procrastination. And really, it's gonna make me procrastinate on the things that are important in life. Let's jump on to the fifth segment here. This is gonna be overcoming procrastination in your timeline. We all suffer from procrastination, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It is human nature to be lazy. It is human nature to be able to do things in a short amount of time, not have to put any more effort, because we all wanna do a million other things. But there are tasks, and go back a couple assignments if you can't figure out what tasks need to get done first. But there are tasks that we have to get off of our book. Otherwise, what are they gonna do? Well, one, you're gonna just miss deadlines of things that you have to get done. You know, there's certain things that you're gonna have to get done in your sales career, follow up, closing a deal, think about how many things that have a timeline. It has to be done by this date. Or for a lot of us, if we're just in our daily sales and we have end of month goals, like if I wanna sell 20 cars or put 20 solar jobs on roofs, that's a lot of solar jobs, and some of you are out there achieving it, but I obviously have to be able to get 20 of them done in a month for it to count that month. So if I procrastinate till the last minute, I'm gonna miss some deadlines. And the next part is I'm just gonna increase the amount of stress that I have on my mind, on my heart, prevent a million other things in life. That's gonna prevent me from doing follow-up at the highest level. That's gonna prevent time that I'd rather spend with my family, leading to more and more procrastination. And really, it's gonna make me procrastinate on the things that are important in life. You know, that family time, the little bit of hobbies that you do get in. If you're procrastinating what you're doing at work, you're gonna procrastinate what you do to enjoy. You're also gonna have a lower quality of work. Like if I'm doing everything last minute, I don't have the ability to proofread. I don't have the ability to practice. I don't have the ability to really analyze what I'm doing and get it done at the highest level, and it's gonna damage my reputation. So whether you are in sales, you're flipping burgers at McDonald's and you're trying to get that promotion to the manager, or whatever you're doing in life, if you have someone that you promise a task will get done on a certain date at a high level and you don't come through on that, maybe once or twice they let it slide, but after 2 or 3 times, they're gonna be over that. So that reputation is gonna be done. And think about it when it comes to your family or your friends. When you tell them I'm gonna do this, or we're gonna go out here, or we're gonna have this conversation then, and all of a sudden you miss it, it doesn't happen, it's half-assed, eventually they're just gonna cut you out, or they're not gonna take you serious. So let's actually break down a couple ways to really overcome this procrastination. The first thing is we gotta break down some tasks. Let's say we're working on the end of the quarter assignment, right? We've got maybe a financial statement that needs to drop, we've got goals that need to be hit, or just simply things that we need to get done by the end of the quarter. Well, if I start with 3 days left in the quarter to put all this together, I'm gonna rush it. It's gonna be on my mind all freaking month, and I'm not gonna get it done. If I end up having to say, let's say I need to put my financial statement together for the end of Q1. If I start working on the last 3 days, it's gonna be rushed, I'm gonna be stressed out. But what if I broke it into just smaller segments? What if I did my P&L portion for month one, right after month 1, and then month 2, I did it right after month 2, and then all I'm doing for that third segment is just hitting the freaking third month of it. It's going to be a little more simple. I could even break it down more. Maybe one day, the first week of the month, I work on my profit portion, and then the second week, I break down the loss portion, and then the third, I have all my variables in there. And then I analyze them, and I proofread, and I make sure I didn't make any mistakes on that 4th week. And if I continue to do that through the entire quarter, and I make it a habit quarter after quarter after quarter, hell, guess what happens? That year-end statement, I've been prepping for it all year. And then as a leader, guess what? I will know my numbers better than anybody else in the freaking business because I'm consistently doing them. Because guess what? No matter when you do it, it's gonna take the exact same amount of time. Realistically, this will actually probably save you time because you're not stressed, you're not trying to crunch it in. And then you're gonna go ahead and get a million other things done with that additional time you borrow. Here's one that I love doing myself. I call it the 2-minute rule. And it's not really my frame or my words. I don't know who actually came up with it because it's been said a lot, but it basically states, if you can get something done for the bigger task or even the smaller task that you're trying to achieve, and it's gonna take 2 minutes and it's on your head, just go ahead and wipe that stuff out real quick. Get it done. Why? Because it's gonna get you closer to completing that big task, but more importantly, it's gonna give you some small wins. And when you start stacking those small wins over and over and over again, it just gets a little bit easier. It's like I'm trying to read a chapter book, right? I'm trying to read this big old freaking book. I'm an attorney. I've got this big case coming up. I've got to divulge all this information. It could seem overwhelming, but I know the part of the law or whatever it is, that little section that I need to read is only going to take me about 2 minutes for what I need to do right now. now or to the next step, knock it out really quick, take the freaking notes and move on to the next task. And then start just stacking those 2-minute tasks over and over again. And all of a sudden you knock 30 of them out. Guess what? You just got an hour of tasks done, but it broke it down into a smaller segment. The next portion is we have to stay motivated. The more motivated and driven you are to actually complete a task, the easier it becomes. If I tell myself that, hey, I want to get this big project done, I have this big presentation done, and this is potentially going to get me that promotion that I've been looking for the last 2 years. If I end up giving myself a reward system to get it done, I'm more likely to do it. So reward is going to be the first portion of it. I've got the presentation coming up, and I know if I freaking ace it, it's going to put me in a great position with all the partners. Everyone's going to know my name. So what am I going to do? I'm going to tell myself, what do I achieve when I nail this presentation? It might be taking the kids to Disneyland. It might be going out to your favorite steakhouse. Heck, it might be buying yourself a new, I don't know, I'm a huge firearm guy. Maybe I get a new handgun that I've been eyeballing for a while, and I'm going to give myself that reward. The thing is, I cannot reward myself if I don't hit the goals. The next portion is visualization. This is critical. If you can't emotionally feel it, taste it, smell it, like if it is not that ingrained in your body, it is so hard to actually achieve and stay driven to get it done. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go into my back of my mind and I'm going to meditate for a bit, and I'm going to visualize to the point where I can smell, where I can feel the hairs on my arms coming up, where I know exactly what this win's going to get me when I get the task done. So I'm going to have that visualization every single day of my life. I'm going to know what it looks like. I'm going to know what the taste, the smell of success is, and I'm going to know how it makes me feel before I've even achieved it. So I know every single day I'm working a little bit closer to that. Now, the last one I want to say when it comes to staying motivated is accountability partners. Now, overall, I'm not a huge fan of accountability partners because it actually limits you from self-mastery. However, there is an occasional time that an accountability partner is solid. Let's say I'm working on a project just like I was a second ago, but let's say I have a partner involved in this. That's just inherently going to be my accountability partner, and we're going to have daily, weekly check-ins depending on how often we need to. But what I actually like the most is using someone very close to you and someone that you will not hurt no matter what. So I'm talking like a spouse. I'm talking like a child. And you don't even actually have to tell this person that they're your accountability partner, but that person that you will never hurt no matter what happens in your life, if you fail them, and you're going to get so insane in your own mind that if you fail them, it fails everything. And then the highest level of accountability is when you become your own accountability partner. Now, you're going to have to work on that every single day. It's going to be, you're the easiest person to fail, but when you get to the point where you're no longer failing yourself, that's the highest level of accountability. So, overcoming procrastination. You're no longer going to be delaying or postponing tasks. Take those bigger tasks, break them down into smaller chunks, get those 2-minute things knocked out of the park quicker, and realistically, it's okay to reward yourself. Visualize what these wins are going to feel like and find accountability in yourself. So that's overcoming procrastination. Stand by.